We continue. We are learning here. This is the first session on this, demo session on this web UI programming. Is it your first demo?
Yes.
Okay. Here, this is web UI. UI here, it is a user interface. To create this user interactive page, we have to learn that list of all topics are here. HTML 4 and 5, CSS 2 and 3. Third topic, JavaScript. Fourth one, jQuery. Here, fifth, Ajax. Sixth, responsive design. Here, responsive design. Then seventh one will be here, Bootstrap. Here, eighth one will be here, Less and SAS programming. Ninth one is project. 10th one is exam. Total duration of my content will be here 2 months. 2 months I'm going to continue on all these topics. Okay. Here first I'll explain in today's session what is UI. Title. What is UI? What all topics comes under this, and UI related basic introduction part I'll cover here in this session. Here, what is UI? What all topics comes under this, and UI related basic introduction I'll explain to you. Here, UI means here it is a user interface. Here itself it is a user interface. When you enter any URL in the browser, whatever application you can create, whatever application you can see, that is what our UI. Here, Google is one UI page. Google is one UI page here. See, Google. Once you click search option here, data will go for here. Data will go for search. Here, once you click on the search option, data will go for, so your input will be redirected to server. Here, input is redirected to server. Here, server, that server page here, any of the server page. Here, it can connect with any of the server here. It may be Java server, .NET server, Python server, any server programming we can use. This server will give you result back to the data result. It will give you that request to server and database. Here, this is totally MVC architecture. Here it is our server program. Server is here. It may be PHP, Java, .NET, Python. Here, etc. All comes under server programs. Here, this server programs are here. Here, different servers. Here, databases. Databases are here, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server. Here itself, SQL Server, MongoDB, etc. All comes under servers, databases. Here is our UI program. UI program here. Here, UI programming. Resultant page is also a UI. Here, link 1, link 2, link 3, you will get it as our link here. This list of links, whatever you get it here. One second. Here, the list of links, whatever you are getting here, these all we will get it by server to database. This is what here MVC architecture. Finally, you will get resultant page here. So this is what MVC architecture. This MVC architecture followed by every web page. If you check facebook.com, twitter.com, any web page, see here, this is one. Here, this is one UI page. UI will connect to server connected to database. Here, this is our UI page. See here, after submitting my request, it will redirect to PHP. So this is our UI page. It is connecting with the PHP page. In this, we are learning only the UI part, front end part. This front end is connecting with one server programming and one database. So who know these three? They called as server side, full stack developers. Who know these all technologies? They called as full stack developers. Next. Here, next, I'm going for here in this explained here what is UI. Here, your Facebook is example for PHP connecting to database. Next, after this, here after this, you can see that here that UI page. How to develop this UI page here? This UI page we can develop it by here by this list of all topics. Here, what is the use of HTML? You can see here. HTML is a hypertext markup language. Here itself HTML. HTML, here it is a hypertext markup language. Here markup language. Markup here it is a tag based programming. Here tag based programming. Tag here it is instruction to the browser. Here tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. Instruction to browser. We can give our instructions to the browser in the form of tags. Here we can write it here, tag name start and close. With this, we can execute our program. Here we are writing here. This type of tags are instructions. Here this comes under paired tags. Paired tags. Second category of tags we have that is comes under unpaired tags. If you are learning any programming language, that programming instructions we have to follow. Here, in this, here, unpaired tag will be like this. Paired tags and unpaired tags will write like this. Here, this paired tag, here, whatever paired tag I'm writing here, that paired tag, so here, we will write separately closing tag. Unpaired tag, we will write like this, self-closing tag. Here, totally HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is tag-based programming. Tags are nothing but instruction to the browser. We can give our instructions to the browser in the form of tags. These tags are here, paired tags and unpaired tags. Here, next, any HTML page, we will follow the basic structure of HTML will be here. It is doc type, HTML, HTML start and close. Here, this is the basic structure. Tag and body. Okay, and then body. This is the basic structure of HTML. HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is completely a tag-based programming. Here, tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. We can give our instructions to the browser in the form of tags. That standard code of HTML will be like this. Suppose if you check this facebook.com, if you right click inspect element on this, you can see that standard code is here. Here standard code is here, doc type, HTML, head and body. Okay. So our first topic of our content here, HTML, it creates basic skeleton structure of a web page. Here, because of this HTML, we can create a basic skeleton part of the web page. Here, HTML is a hypertext markup language, basic structure of web page. Here, basics. Here, structure of web page, we can create it using HTML. Using HTML, we can create a basic structure of a web page. Second topic here, CSS. CSS, here it is cascading style sheet. Here, this is mainly used for Style part of web page. Style part of web page, we can create it with the CSS. Style part here, you can check it here. Background color, border, text related styles, font related styles, all we can create it with this CSS. Here CSS gives you basic structure, colorful structure and alignment of the web page. Next one, here JavaScript. Because of this JavaScript, we can add functionality. Functionality of web page, we can create it using JavaScript. Because of this JavaScript, we can add functionality to our application. These functionalities are here. These functionalities are here. Functionality of a web page, we can create it with this JavaScript. Functionalities are here. Validations. See, in this Facebook, that color of the button, you can change it by CSS. Just I'm giving brief information, one-line information about all the topics. Here, this button color, if you want to change it here, that it is possible by CSS. See, this half code is CSS. If you want to change the color of the button, you can change like this. See, button color is affected. Okay, this half code is CSS, this half code is HTML. Next, here JavaScript, submit. If I submit it, I'll get error message here. See, I'm getting error message here. This error message is because of JavaScript. Here, because of JavaScript, we can add validation of the application form. Validations, cookie creations, local storages, session storages, animations, object-oriented structure, all we will learn it with this JavaScript. Here, next topic of our content here. Here, next topic of our course is here, jQuery. jQuery is a external library of JavaScript. It's a external library of JavaScript. We call it as jQuery. jQuery is nothing but it's an external library, already existed code of the JavaScript here. So directly you can download that basic file of jQuery here, jQuery 3.7.1.js. Like this, you can find jQuery cycle.js. Like this, you can find it here, jQuery validation.js. Here, etc., all comes under jQuery. Because of jQuery, you can create this type of output. Here, now you can find it here, jQuery validations. In this jQuery validation.org, you can find it here. In this jQuery, you can find it here how to implement validations of the application form. jQuery related stuff, you can create it with this. Here, jQuery is a validations here. In this validation of the application form, how to create our application, how to write our content. Here, validations of the application form, you can write it here. Here, you can write that validation of the application form with this jQuery. See here, jQuery cycle. So when you search for jQuery cycle, you can find it here, cyclic rotation of images. See here. When I add jQuery cycle, see, you can see different cyclic rotation of images. This cyclic rotation of images we are creating with this jQuery. Here, jQuery is adding validation of the application form. Here, all validations, we can write it, and all cyclic rotation of images, we can write it with this jQuery. Next one, Ajax. Ajax, here it is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It is a combination of JavaScript and XML. It is asynchronous. Asynchronous JavaScript and XML, we call it as Ajax. Here, Ajax is mainly, it is an asynchronous JavaScript and XML. We call it as Ajax. In this Ajax, you can find it without redirection. Here, without redirection, without refreshing. Without redirection or without refreshing, web page, if we get the client is getting the server response. Here client will get the response of the server without refreshing, without redirection. If we get the server response, that we call it as Ajax. For this example here, if you open any website here, chatting applications. Any chatting application comes under here. Any type of chatting application comes under this type of Ajax call. Here, I'm showing here chatting application here. In this chatting application, see here. Here, if I click on this, ask you, see, within few seconds, I'll get output without redirection, without refreshing. See, if I click on one option, I'll get that option related stuff. Here, similar way, if I click on this loans, I'm getting that list of loans. I'm getting here agriculture loans. I'm getting here long-term credits. Here, like this, you will get all your output. This is possible by here bank. See here. You are getting this type of output here, short-term credits and all. You are getting output here without refreshing, without redirection. This comes under Ajax. Here, but menu bar is not a Ajax. See, if you check any menu from this menu bar, if I want to know about the something from this menu bar, see, it is redirecting. My application is redirecting and getting the output. One second. Here, Ajax is a asynchronous call. It is a without refreshing, without redirection, you will get output. Here, without refreshing, without redirection, if you get output for our application, it is Ajax. See, if I want to know about the union vehicle, see here, union vehicle, it is redirecting. Redirecting my application form, I'm getting that output. This is by synchronous call. Asynchronous here, chatting application. So here, just I'm explaining brief information about the each topic. Next one here, after this Ajax, responsive design. Here, responsive design term, you will understand here how to develop our application for mobile phone, tablet, desktop, etc. In all different resolution, how we'll get output for our application, that you will understand under responsive design. Under responsive design, how to develop our application for mobile phone, tablet, desktop. That you will understand under responsive design. Then next one here, lessons as programming. Lessons as just it is a super set of CSS. CSS only, but something extra in CSS. Here, Bootstrap is a directly framework. It's a framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. HTML, CSS, JavaScript framework, we call it as Bootstrap. So this is just brief information about all the topics. Now I'm going for HTML4. So our first topic here, HTML4. I'm continuing on this HTML4. Up to now, is it clear? Wesley,
Yes.
Norma. Yes, up to now, is it clear? Can you able to catch my all points here? Introduction part.
Yes, miss.
Yeah. So I'm continuing with the first topic. Sandeep and Santosh, you can continue from now. So till now I continued for new student introduction. For new student sake, I gave introduction part. Now I'll continue with the continuation of our HTML. Here, HTML is a hypertext markup language. In this, here HTML4 is our first topic. HTML is a hypertext markup language. Here, markup means here it is a tag-based programming. Here, tag is nothing but it's an instruction to browser. We can give instructions to the browser in the form of tags. Here, we can write it here, tag name, and here itself will close the tag name like this. This comes under pair tag. Here, it comes under pair tag. See, one is comes under pair tag. Second tag here, it is unpaired tag. So we will write the tag name and here itself will close. It is comes under unpaired tag. Pair tag and unpaired tag. Okay. Any HTML page follows this pair and unpair only. The basic structure here it is doc type, HTML. Here doc type, HTML. Here HTML start, HTML close. Under this, we can write it here. Head start and close and body start and close. Head and body tag. Under this head section, whatever we write it here, that is comes under script and the style. Script tag is used to write JavaScript code. Style tag is used to write CSS code. Here, script tag I'm using here to write JavaScript. Style tag I'm using here to write CSS. Here, script and style for our application, we can write like this. Any HTML application will be like this. Style and script will write like this. Inside this body tag, we will learn that list of examples of pair tags and second unpaired tags. Here, unpaired tags. That pair and unpaired tags here. So one is pair tag. Here, example for this. Body tag. Here, HTML tag. Here, head tag. And H1 to H6 tags. Here, H1 tag, H2 tag, H6 tags, and paragraph tag. Here, div tag. These all, etc., comes under pair tags. Here, this list of all tags comes under pair tags. Here, similar way, we have one more section of tags here. We have second category of tags are here, unpaired tags. Unpaired tags example here. Image SRC is used to display images. BR tag break line, HR tag horizontal line. Then input element, input type text, input type button, input type radio, all comes under input elements. One second. Here we have that input elements here. Input type text, button, radio button, etc. All comes under unpaired tags. Here we are learning here that list of pair tags and unpaired tags like this. For this, we are going to write that execution here in Visual Studio Code. We can write our programs in VS Code and we can execute our programs in that Visual Studio Code. See, here I'll open my folder in this VS Code. Here, open recent. Here, open folder. Here, file, open folder. See, I created one empty folder, 830. In this, I selected that folder. In this first example, I explained here. First example, I explained here. It is about the pair tags and unpaired tags. See here, doc type, HTML head and body. Under this, here, script tag, style tag, then body tag, H1 to H6, paragraph, heading tags, HR for horizontal line, then input elements, BR for break line, images, all list of images. Here, this way, if you write it here, this is the way if you write your code here, this is totally pair and unpaired tags. H1 to H6, all different sizes of headings. Paragraph tag is used to display paragraph content for our application. Here, next one, here, P tag, we use it here for displaying paragraph content. Here, next one, here, H1 to H6, here, all comes under heading tags, paragraph content. Then BR tag for break line, input element, input type text, button, radio button, all comes under input elements. Here, like this, we can write it here, all the list of tags. Here, next after this, here, we wrote all our list of tags, all will be like this. Here, next we can write it here. See how to execute this program. To execute this program, we can go for this extension. So for only one-time process, live server, click on install button. Once it is installed, you can go for your program, right click, open with live server. By this, you can execute your program through live server. You can execute your program through live server. Here in this horizontal line, you can write that horizontal line with the color, size. Size means thickness of that line. Width here, within the 100% screen, we are displaying some width for this. Here, now if I run this program, see here, H1, it is bigger size heading. H2, little smaller. Here, H3, H4, H5, H6, all different sizes of headings we are writing like this. Here, all different sizes of headings for our application, we can display like this. Here, H1 to H6. Div tag is used to display division. See, this is one horizontal line left to right total screen. And this is horizontal line here. And this is one more one. Here, this is one horizontal line. Here, this is one more horizontal line with the thickness. Different sizes of thickness we are using like this. Here, next we are writing here. After writing this, here, next you can see here input element, input type text, button, radio button and all. Here images, all list of images. If you want to move that image into the next line, we used BR tag. Input type text is used to display text box. Next, after this, here, after this, one second. Here, now you can find it here, that list of all tags, what all we have. Here, but this is the first example. How to execute this first example, I explained here. Few list of tags I have covered here in this. So is it clear? Wesley?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, okay. Here, now I'm going for next one here. Here, second category of tags are here, block and inline elements. Here, second category of tags are here. So one more category of tags we have, block and inline elements in our HTML. Here one is block elements. Second one here it is inline elements. In this block elements, whatever the list of tags we have, here one is block elements. In this block elements, whatever the list of tags we have, all will start it in a new line of the web page. Here div tag, image tag, whatever it starts, new line of web page, we can call it as block elements. Block elements here, all the list of tags starts in a new line of the web page. Second one here, it is inline elements. These inline elements here continue in same line of web page. Continue in the same line of the web page, we call it as inline elements. So that list of inline elements are here. Here block elements as well as inline elements. Here that list of inline elements are here. Here that examples are here. We have covered for few students, it is already covered. Here now I'll continue that examples. What all list of tags comes under block, what all list of tags comes under inline. Here one is block elements. Here under this block elements here, paragraph tag is a block element. Div tag is a block element. Table tag is also a block element. Here H1 to H6, H1 tag, H2 tag, H3 tag like that, H1 to H6 tags. Here H6 tags all comes under block elements. Div tag is a block element. Here div tag completed. Here table tag and here paragraph tag. Marquee tag. Here marquee tag is also a block element. Here marquee tag. Here marquee tag is etc. all comes under block elements. Here that list of inline elements are here. Inline elements. Second category of tags are here. Inline elements. This list of inline elements are here. I tag and EM tag. Here I tag and EM tag. Both are used to display italic content. Here italic content for our application. Here V tag and strong tag. V tag and the strong tag both are used to display bold content for us. Here strike tag, here itself strike tag and del tag. Here both are used to display strikeout content for us. Strikeout content. Here small tag, here it is used to display smaller size content for us. Here smaller size content. Here next big tag is used to display little more bigger size content. Here next one, here span tag and mark tag. Span tag and the mark tag. Here mark. Both are used to display highlighting of content. Here itself highlighting of content. Highlighting of content we can show to the user by mark tag. Next one, here span tag, mark tag. The next one here, U tag is used to display underline content for us. Underline content. Here next one, here image SRC, how many images you wanted, those many images you can write. All will continue in the same line. Embed tag, SRC is used to display videos. Any MP3, MP4 videos we can display to the user by embed tag. Then input type text is used to display text box. It is also inline element. Anchor tag, you can write it here. That anchor tag is mainly for hyperlink. Here, once you click on it, you can redirect to that URL here. This is comes under here URL. This is comes under inline element. This is also comes under inline element. Here we have that list of all tags, all are like this. Block elements and inline elements all will be like this. Block elements here, that list of all tags comes under block elements. Some list of tags all comes under inline elements. Here like this. We have block elements, we have inline elements. Block elements here. So whichever the tag starts in a new line, this comes under block elements. Here, whichever the tags continue in the same line, it is comes under inline element. Here, second example for this, I already covered for few students here. I already have 1.jpg, 1.mp4 in my current location. See, here in this, I wrote it here. Doc type HTML head and body. This is the standard code of HTML. Doc type HTML head and body. Under this HTML, next. Here, under this HTML, you can see here style and script. Style tag is used to display CSS. Script tag is used to write JavaScript. Inside this body tag, you can see here H1 to H6. Here, H1 to H6 all comes under block elements. Here, H1 tag to H6 tags all comes under block elements. Block elements for our program, we will write like this. Here, block elements are here, H1 to H6 all comes under block elements. H1 tag, H2 tag, H3, H4, H5, H6, div tag, and I tag for italic, EM tag for italic content, and strong tag, bold tag, strike tag, del tag, U tag. Here all I already wrote for few students. See that that example only I'm showing for you. Here, now run this program. Here, now you can see here H1 to H6, all different sizes of headings for our program. Here, H1 to H6, all different sizes of headings for our program. Here, H1 will show you bigger size heading. H6 will show you smaller size heading. H1 to H6, all different sizes of headings for our application. Here, H1 will be bigger size heading. H6 will be smaller size heading. Here, next we can write it here. Heading tags we are writing here and div tag we are writing here. Italic content and EM tag both are used to display. Both are used to display bold content for us. Strike tag and del tag both are used to display strikeout content for us. 1 second. Here, block elements and inline elements. Under this block elements, you can see here I tag how it is displaying that output. See, now right click inspect element on this. Now you can see that here. See here. Now you here. Now you can see here. H1, it is a bigger size heading. See that font size is 2 EM. So by default, every tag has its own CSS code. H1 tag it is showing here 2 EM is the font size. And that display block. For that H1 tag, it is showing here display block. Display block, it will display here that item in the new line. Here display block, we use it here to display that element here in the new line. H1, H2, H3, here all will write like this. Here H1, H2 is here 1.5 EM and display block. Like this, you can find it H1, H2, H3, H6 and div tag. Here all comes under display block. So all are comes under block elements. I tag for italic, EM tag also for italic. Here strong font weight bold. Here B tag is also font weight bold. Here strike tag is used to display text decoration line through. Here del tag is also text decoration line through. U tag is for underline content. Here span tag, it will highlight the content. And mark tag, see here, background color mark text. And that here image tag is used to display images. See, image it is displaying 1.jpg. Mark tag by default, it will show you yellow color. Next embed tag, it is used to display any video for our application. Videos for our program, we can show to the user by embed tag. See, if you open this embed tag here, now you can see that here, document, here under this only, you can see here input type text. Input type text is used to display text box for their output. Here, these are all inline elements. So this list of tags, after div tag, whatever tags we have, all will continue in the same line of the web page, all comes under inline elements. Like this, we have that list of all elements are here, block elements and inline elements. Here up to now, I explained basic introduction part at 8 p.m. I started my session and I 8 p.m. onwards, I continued on basic introduction part of UI and each topic brief information. After that, HTML4 introduction, HTML4 first program that is on pair and unpair tag, HTML4 second program that is comes under block and inline elements. So up to now, is it clear for you all? Yes, up to now, is it clear for you all? All clear. Yes. Okay. Sandeep, Santosh, and Karimullah. So for you, it is just a revision session. I gave 4 or 5 days holidays, right? So it is a revision session for you. And for Wesley, Norma mode. So for him, it is the first introduction session. Okay. Yes. Here, next I'm going for second program. Here. I'll upload everyday recordings in OneDrive. So you'll get my drive access. Here, everyday class will be uploaded in OneDrive. So today's recording also, I'll upload it in this drive. Here, so by that you will get everyday class related files. So my class related total content, you can get it. Here, recordings. See, in this recordings folder, you can see here what all class we have completed. All class recordings are uploaded here. See, 12th December last session. Today I'm continuing 17th December. This one also I'll upload here. So everyday class files I'll upload here in this drive. So by that you can check it everyday class and we can continue every day. Okay. Here, this drive is already shared with the students, few list of students. For Wesley, if I get your mail address from organizer, if you complete your registration, then you will get this drive access. In this drive, you will get here recordings. Here in this recordings folder, you will get all the list of recordings. Weekend test, once topic completed, I'll upload question paper on this weekend test folder. Then programs folder. Here in the programs folder, everyday class programs, I'll upload it here in the programs folder. See, first two programs, video, audio, both are uploaded here. Here, next one here, paint file. Everyday class paint file I'll upload here in this paint window. Then documents here, everyday class documents I'll upload here. So like this, I'll upload everyday class, everyday file. So by that you will get my drive access. We will continue our everyday class. Here, up to now, I have completed here what all list of tags here, what all pair, what all unpair, and what all the list of tags comes under block elements and list of tags comes under inline elements we completed up to now. Okay, up to now we completed what all list of tags comes under block elements, what all list of tags comes under inline elements we completed up to now. Next, I'm going for one more one here. Under this block element only, mark you tag. I'll explain separately one of the block element here, that is mark you tag. That is third program of our content. That is what here, mark you tag. Okay. Here, mark you tag is mainly used to display scrolling content for us. See here. Here, mark you. Mark you is one tag. It is mainly used to display scrolling content for our application. Here, scrolling content. That scrolling content for our application, we can show to the user by mark you. Here, this mark you, whatever content I'm displaying here, that content will move it from right to left or left to right. Here, by default, scrolling content will continue from right side to right to left. By default, scrolling content will move from right side to left side. Here, now you can find it here, that same mark you tag. Here, that same mark you tag, we can write it with all different attributes here, that is direction. Here I'm writing here direction. You can write it this direction here towards left direction, right direction, up direction, down direction. Any direction content we can write it here by this mark you. Here mark you can write like this, and this mark you we can also write it with the scroll amount. Here mark you tag we can also write it here itself mark you. We can write this mark you tag here with a direction, here up and down, right and left, and scroll amount, how much speed you want, and only for the left and right direction content, only for left and right, we can write behavior alternate. Behavior alternate is the alternate behavior for our application. So like this, we can write it. Now you can check it. Here, this is what here, mark you dot.html, save. Here, doc type, HTML, head, and followed by body. Under this head, I am writing here title. Here, mark you tag example is the title. Here, under this, I am writing here mark you. For this, I am writing here scrolling content. Here, suppose I am writing scrolling content default. Here, now run this program. Inside the body, I am writing scrolling content. See here, one scrolling content, it is started from right side, started at right and moving towards left. This is default. By default, mark you tag starts at right side and it will move towards left side. Every time it will start at right side and move towards left side. If you want to change the direction here, now you can write it here direction right. So it will move, that scrolling content will move towards right direction. Here, scrolling content, see here, one is default scrolling content, default marquee tag. Second, right. So by that marquee content is moving towards right direction. Next, we can write it here. That same marquee tag, we can write it here with a left. So scrolling content will move towards left side. See here, one content is moving towards here right side. Here default content is moving towards right side. Left content here right, it will move towards right. And left by default it is left only. If you don't write any direction of marquee, that is comes under direction left. If you wantedly write, it is left. If you don't write anything, it is also left. Here next we can write it here direction up. Here by this, here suppose if I write any image here, this image will move towards up direction. See, one image is started from bottom and it is moving towards up direction. Here it is started. Why? Because if you don't write any scrolling content marquee tag for this, how the image area is occupied in this place, that within that area only it will show you up direction content. Here, this way we can write it here direction up. Similar way, we can write it here direction down. Here by this, here itself you can see that here, see I'm using HR tag. Here in between this, I want to use one horizontal line. See, one content will move towards up direction, one content towards down direction. See here, one image and content is moving in up direction, one image and content is moving in down direction. This is because of marquee. Because of marquee only, I'm able to move my content towards up direction, towards down direction. This is because of marquee. Here, because of marquee only, we can able to show output like this. Here, output for our application, we can write by marquee. So output will be like this. Here, next, after this marquee tag, here I'm writing here marquee. Because of this marquee tag, how the content will move up direction, how the content will move down direction, that you can check it. Here, next one, here after moving up and down direction, here only you can check behavior alternate only for the left and right, and here only for the left and right, and default one we can write behavior alternate. Because of this behavior alternate, how the content will behave, check it. Behavior alternate. See here, see this towards left direction, towards right direction content only will move in between the left and right. See, once it touched the end point, it is coming back. Once it touched the left end point, it is coming back. So this type of output we can show to the user by here. This type of output we can show to the user by scrolling content. Here, this is what here scrolling content. Because of this scrolling content, we can move the content towards left, towards right, left and right direction content we can show to the user by marquee. Here, because of this marquee tag, we can move the content towards left and right like this. Here, a left direction or a right direction content we can show to the user by this marquee tag. See here, in between the screen only it is showing scrolling content. See here, once it touched the left end point, it is coming back. Right end point coming back. This is about the third program, marquee tag. Here we discussed today 3 programs and HTML4. Before that, introduction session of UI and introduction of each topic we discussed. Here in this time, how to create that left to right, right to left, and this marquee tag, how we can use it to develop that scrolling content we observed in this. In this marquee tag, direction is one attribute. By that we can show you left to right, right to left, top to bottom, bottom to top. Next one, here only for the left and right direction, I explain here behavior alternate. And other one here, behavior alternate, it works for only left and right content. Next I explain here scroll amount. Scroll amount for any type of tag. For any direction content, we can write the scroll amount. Here, because of the scroll amount, how the content will show you output, check it. See, if I write 20 here, see here. Comparing with the down direction, left direction is little bit faster. See, little bit faster. See, this is because of mark you. Because of mark you only, I'm able to display output like this. Here, this is down direction content. Okay, this way we can create. Okay, so in the last session, I explained actually for few students, I explained this block and inline elements, pair and unpair tag in the last up to 12th December, I continued. And today I have taken like demo and I continued with the previous all programs, revised it, and then I continued with the remaining content. Okay, so this is about the today's topic. Okay, up to now, if you have any doubt, you can ask, please. VCL and remaining students, Sandeep, Santosh, Karimulla. Any doubt? Sandeep, no doubt. Yeah, this is the list of students who are coming for my 8:30 p.m. batch. And tomorrow onwards, you can join at 8:30 p.m. only. 8 p.m. if any new student join, I'll continue. 8:30 you can continue my class. So we'll continue with our continuation session in the same link till end of this week. Until this weekend, we'll continue at 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Okay. So I got only 6 registrations. If Wesley complete its registration, then I'll get 7 students. All 7 students, you'll get my drive access, you will get my mail address. Okay. This is my mail address. I'll communicate with the students through mail address. If any no class or a class information, anything, generally I'll share with the students through mail. This is my mail address. Wesley, you will get this mail address after completion of your registration. And you will get my drive access. Okay, you will get my this 8:30 p.m. drive access. Tomorrow you can join at 8 p.m. only, Wesley. And remaining all students, same link, join at 8:30. 8:30 p.m. IST. Yes, Wesley, any doubts? Wesley. All clear. Okay. So contact DURGASOFT organizer. They'll share my mail address with you and they'll give this drive access with you. Okay. So if you share your mail address after completion of registration with them, they'll share your drive access with me. Here they'll share my drive access with you and my mail address with you. So by that you can communicate with me in the next session. If whenever you want, you can communicate. And today you all try to install Visual Studio Code and try to write these all programs in your VS Code. Okay. I think other than Wesley, remaining all students are very clear. So tomorrow onwards, 8:30 p.m. you can join remaining old students. Only for new students, I'll start at 8 p.m. Okay. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow for the continuation.